Can you define what passive prospecting means to you and to the community?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think everyone loves the idea of passive income. I think it's why we're all business owners or entrepreneurs, is because passive income really means freedom. So whether that is a huge lump sum in the bank or reoccurring revenue, we're working to this point to where I mean, hell, you could even consider Social Security passive income, but as entrepreneurs, we don't want that, right? Because that's like the very bare minimum you can get to. Although my dad literally just retired at 70 to maximize his Social Security, So that was freedom to him because now he can do what he wants. So I think that's what we're all working towards. But we know it's a catch 22 because passive income takes a ton of work up front, right? And usually years or decades. Now, some may achieve it sooner rather than others, but it still takes a lot of work up front. And that usually comes with a lot of prospecting, right? A lot of prospecting to find clients and customers to build your business. Well, I'm just saying, what if you could just, pacify or passively prospect and to get you to the passive income as well? And that's where video comes in, and that's where we built out this whole strategy, and that's what the book that's coming out on March 7th talks about, is passive prospecting. That video, in my opinion, is the true 4-hour work week. I mean, that is something that not only makes you time, it compounds your time. So if you take one video, for example, it took me 30 minutes to make one video. Well, if you look at the watch time on that video, it's over 11,000 hours on YouTube. You divide that by 24 hours in a day, that's almost 1.5 years worth of time. So that video has prospected, in my opinion, 1.5 years just for my 30-minute investment. So that's the same thing as investing your money. Anytime you invest your money into something, your number one question is usually, what's going to be the return of my money, right? What's the percentage? What am I going to get? What's it going to compound at? What can I look at in 5, 10, or 20 years? Well, look at the same thing on a video. All video is sales at scale. So the problem with most, I'm in the real estate agent business. The problem is most real estate agents never retire because they get caught up in a transactional world. They get caught up into the whole, I have to do everything. Well, if you're doing that every day you wake up, you're starting over again. And if you're making phone calls, when you hang up the phone, your lead generation stops. If your lead generation is tied directly to you don't have a business, you have a job. And that's why I think a lot of business owners, not just agents, but business owners, entrepreneurs, get in trouble a lot with the family, right? Because they feel guilty about taking time off because they're not doing revenue generating activities, right? They're not prospecting, they're not finding their next client or their next customer. But we've been on the road for 3 weeks now and just got back, and guess what? Our phones kept ringing, the email inbox was full, the text messages were coming in. Why? Because we have a library of videos out there that are me, a clone of me. You want more people of yourself. You're like, man, I wish I could just find another me. Well, put yourself on video, and guess what you're doing? You're out there selling every single day. And the thing is that whatever you do one-to-one, phone calls, door knocking, shaking hands, kissing babies, you will only ever reach one person at one time. The only other thing you can do other than video is to speak on a stage, to be able to reach a mass crowd at one time. But my video can be viewed by 10, 20, 100, 1,000 people at one time. I don't even care if you have a team of inside sales callers. They'll never be able to match the power of a video once it starts to take off. And so whatever your product or service is in the small business world, you could sell t-shirts. If you sold t-shirts, you could create content, create videos about how do you make t-shirts, what to do, how do you market. I mean, you could build a whole channel around that. And guess what? That's going to be marketing for you. Instead of going out there trying to, knock on business doors to sell your t-shirts, you document everything you do in the business, how you make them, the designs. If you're the artist, art is one of the biggest things that is viewed on YouTube. And so just documenting the process. Watching watching people draw, design, build, create, anything like that is a huge draw. People are fascinated by it. And it's the same way if you're a financial advisor, if you're an electrician, if you're a plumber. I mean, I've got a friend here in Dallas. He's a plumber with over 500,000 subscribers. Yeah. And all he does is talk about clogged plumbing, you know. Now, here's the thing. The funny thing is that his name is Roger. He told me, you know, he makes more money off of endorsements now versus his plumbing business. He's sponsored by Lowe's and Home Depot because of his audience on YouTube. Now, most people don't get to that. I'm not sponsored by anybody, but I'm also in a very high ticket item, you know, real estate. So what I do is provide value on video, and what happens is people call me. I mean, I make maybe $800 a month from YouTube on the revenue. Okay, that pays a couple of bills, but we make, you know, multiple six figures a month in real estate commissions because people find the videos, find value in that, and then they call us and they're like, "Look, man, you're our person," right? The video develops the relationship for us, and so whenever they call us, they've decided that they already want to work with us. So as an agent, it takes all the selling out of it. The video is passively prospecting nonstop. It's doing the prospecting, and not only that, it's building the relationship with the client, which is even better because they come to us with that relationship already established.